So into night 4 we go. Okay, so I like that the concentration of enemies over here seems to be in a good position. Okay, I think this is good for us. Famous last words, but I think that we're gonna be able to. I have a feeling that this is gonna wipe things out before we get all of our propagates. That went better than I expected. No, we don't. Might as well use that. So I'm just trying to get around here, but I think this is going to be reasonably okay. Now, this costs 20 HP, so let's get our HP regenning. Oh, I hate that. Oh my gosh, wait, I can use scrolls with... Oh my gosh, I didn't realize this. Okay, so we do have transfer, so I'm going to want to get us out of here and also kill that hopper in the process. But I'm going to soften this guy up first. I was worried about the poison, and that caused me to go deep when I probably shouldn't have. Okay, we'll just do that, and then we don't have enough to make the that worth anything. Do I want to? I want to get rid of this just so I can see. I think. Okay. Who's floating in action? You are floating in action, yeah, because we don't have anything we can shoot. I would kill this thing if I could see it right now, but I think that's it. I think I just took some poison over here. Yeah, that was potentially foolish. An elite archer coming in. Got it. Okay. We're not too sad here. So, initiator. We're glad we didn't hold on. So we move over one more and down one. So now we have a good propagate across here. Oh, then this guy is in the way. I hate that. All right. Not our best blaze. Yeah, quite the opposite of our best blaze. I'm going to spend on getting rid of those. But we're going to have to bring you back to work on the Misty. Oh, Misty? Really? Is that how you're doing me dirty? That's unfortunate. Okay, let's... This guy I want to get an ice... we can do... Actually, let's try and take out both of those. And then... Or at least soften them up. Alright, we did not hit any of the targets that we wanted to. Quite to the degree that I wanted us to. So I'm really just bracing for the archer next turn, I think, over here. That looks pretty good. And I'm going for the double, just because I want it. So taunts are an interesting question, Scorpion. Sorry, I got a little lost in the sauce for a moment there. So I think, so there's already a bit of that going on, right? The game has some taunt type effects. What am I doing here? That was the end of my movement. I don't really want to not, I don't want to end up there. This is so fascinating though. It never occurred to me that blood magic worked so well with these. Holy cow. That's madness. Okay, so we can at least put in some damage here. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, so blood magic plus scrolls is like, that's something else. I really need to think about that. So what I was saying about taunts though is that they're already pretty solid because your characters or the enemies do like hone in on you, right? All right, right now the benefit is real to this to this build. Like, this is insanity. Like, and given how much I'm regenning right now, I'm like almost tempted just to keep going. But okay, how are we gonna? So our last action last time was physical damage, so we can open with the blaze, which is great. 1, 2. Can we see no one? We can see you. Oh, this is so frustrating. I think blockers are ruining my fun. Okay. Now we're gonna alternate. How much does this have? 300 hit points still. Holy cow. That's a tanky elite right there. I want this to be less imposing, I guess. Alright, so we're going to use one of these up, because I think we just have... let's move in a bit more. Does that give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Alright, wasn't everything I was hoping for. But anytime we can get rid of a hopper, I'm not going to be too mad about it. Okay. Run you to safety. So at the moment, blood magic vampirism is winning the day to the extreme. That was my favorite wall. Someone's gonna have to come over and deal with this guy, but I think that's okay. All right, last multi-hit. Nope, that's not gonna be it. That ain't it, Chief. 1, 2, 3. All right, we can at least do some damage there. Okay, can we get you? Yeah. Okay, now I think this guy... Are you isolated? You're not isolated. All right, well, we're blazing it anyways. 1, 2... hold on, before we move. So you have 180 hit points. Okay, we don't want to go crazy on you. So let's just drop those on him. Yeah. All right. We wasted 2. That was bad. But at least the elite is dead. Oh, the elite is not dead. The one silver lining evaporates instantly. Oh wow, low. They really gave you maximum difficulty mode. Yeah, absolutely low. It's my pleasure. I have a lot of fun making those. So, if you enjoyed it, that's a big win in my book. Okay, let's see. So if we move to here, so I think that's my play. I'm just gonna keep slicing away. Because it seems like we can spend pretty aggressively and still regain most of our HP. Oh, I can only imagine. That's that would be quite the wake-up call. Now over here, we've already used these. We do have this one. So I think I'm gonna just take out the leading edge. Okay. Now, one thing that I want to... Yeah, I shouldn't be body blocking with that character. Oh, and the archers are putting in damage on my catapults. You hate to see that. Okay, so let's just start out with that. This will be a nice momentum hit. Wow, less nice than I expected it to be. We're on our last 2 AP. So I move to here. Move to here. Can I still get around that? No. Ugh. How am I gonna get? I need to get this guy. But I'm 1 off here. And if I go around the corner like this, I lose my other targets. Ah, dang it. So, Lo, I have a compromise that I have actually posted to the developers to see if they would bite. I think what they should do is when you start out a game, they should offer you a selection of heroes to choose from so that you can pick the hero that works best for you. And I think that would alleviate a lot of the RNG issues that come from the game. So I totally agree with you. And I think that to me is the way that I would probably want them to handle it. Let's see. Do that. Because then you're still, you're still in a situation where you're like, oh, I don't have access to X perk or Y perk. But you do have some agency to be like, and as a result, I'm going to pick this. It would also, for me, be super fun. Like, I play a lot of this game. And I really wish that I had the ability to be like, okay, I want to do a new challenge run. I want to do melee only, right? So if what I recommended, my suggestion was basically to do 9 heroes. So you get 3 melee, 3 ranged, and 3 magic users. And you can kind of like select from that, whoever sounds good. And I thought that would be a good compromise. But it has not gotten a lot of traction on the suggestion boards, which is okay. Didn't quite get there on him. Let's see, you have a little bit of movement now. Oh, that's another thing that limits choice that I find very frustrating. Let's see, do we get, even if we move to here, we don't get you, do we? And if we move over here, we definitely don't. Nope. Is that there's an innate bonus that comes with characters. So this character started out as a magic user, and so they started out with a small bonus to magic, which really limits design space. So Scorpion, I think that could work too. My 2 cents on it, just thinking out loud, is that it would be nice to be able to look at a roster and build a cohesive roster, right? Like it creates strategic thinking to be like, okay, well, I can do X, or, oh, these 3 characters fit together really well. And, and then you can find a setup that works for the roster that you've been given. I think rerolls just make it feel random, right? Like rerolls are a lot like what we have right now with, say, the level up process, where you push the reroll button, you're like, oh, I traded one type of garbage for a different type of garbage. This doesn't feel good. So, I think that's the challenge with rerolls from my perspective. But I think that, like, these are all minor tweaks on what is an awesome game that I think is beautifully set up. So I'm curious, Scorpion, because I'm very interested in what you're kind of like suggesting, and I'm just wondering, like, what do you, if they showed you a grid of 9 heroes at the beginning, do you see that as something that would, like, make the game too easy? Or, like, what's the concern with going that route? I'm gonna knock that out so that I can get one of my propagates there. Because I don't think it would be overwhelming to have that many heroes kind of visible, and I think it would probably be really helpful for, kind of creating dynamism and giving you options. 2 OP. That's interesting. Like, what would... I'm just playing devil's advocate here, and I super appreciate you kind of, like, thinking this through with me. Like, what would be the worst case scenario for that? Right? Like, what do you imagine 3 characters that you could pick up that would be like, okay, this is my I win button, Because, like, it doesn't strike me as particularly likely that I'm gonna, like, break the game by being able to choose 3 characters, but maybe. Okay, let's start out with this, since I have to step 1 here. Okay, I can see that one. I'm with you on that, right? If there is a dominant meta build, I think that it would feel awful to just be like, yeah, I can only play 3 melee characters because, that's just the way the game is set. So I'm with you on that. Maybe, I just had a thought. What if you had 9 at the start, and then as you go up in APOC difficulties, the number of choices reduce? That's interesting to think about. I don't know if that fully balances it out, but it certainly would change the dynamics. Okay, so we're gonna go every freaking time. These guys ruin my fun. I'm going to put 3 there. I don't think he survives 3, but it's more likely for that one to survive 3. Yeah, it did not. Okay. But I guess the one thing I would say about that though, this idea of like people would always pick the same builds. At the moment, that's what happens every round, right? Every run you end up with a specific build. That build just happens to be one ranged, one melee, and one of the other ones, which I will say might end up being the meta build just because it's so beneficial to be able to utilize any weapon. Okay, let's get you sorted, and then I don't like using that there, but I think to clean these fools up, I need to do that. Oh, and I left one here. Hate that. Okay. But yeah, I think that one of the things that we need to be careful about. Yeah, I think one of the things that the game needs to be careful about is like, it's fun to have difficulty, right? Like, okay, I'm definitely losing this catapult. Sorry, catapult. I tried. Good thing we're not losing the house. But you don't want too much difficulty to come at the cost of making the game interesting. You know, like that's a tough sell from my perspective. I'll just pick you off, and then just in case you don't get got. Yeah, that's one of the things that I think has suffered most from the current design of the game, right? Like the current state of the game is that as you go up in apocalypse levels, I just think you lose a lot of options for what will actually work. Excuse me? We have 2 actions left. I want to kill both of these. Don't think it's happening. Well, I guess I could potentially do it with this. Whoops. You're not out of actions, but you are out of movement. But we can transfer twice here. There we go. That should get us there. Yeah, the devs have made incredible choices, and I certainly don't want to marginalize any of the decisions that they've made. Like, I think that they have created a game that, you know, I've sunk hundreds of hours into and had so much fun with. So, you know, it really just is a question of tweaking an already working formula. So I think there is wisdom to that, Don. I don't know that is universally true, though. From my perspective, I think that there are games that are very difficult, and also I haven't used quick reload at all. But that every game feels winnable, right? So the OG example. Oh my gosh! Stop poisoning me. The OG example is Rogue, right? So Rogue, the thing about Rogue that was awesome as someone who played, I didn't play Rogue, I played NetHack, but the thing about it that I found so enjoyable, redeeming, however you want to describe it, is that every game and every configuration was winnable, right? You didn't have to, you know, people weren't only doing Ascension posts about their Valkyrie that had perfect stats and, you know, found a ring of sustenance on night 1 or something like that, right? Every game was winnable, and as you got more and more game knowledge, your ability to win increased. And so I think that there's a balance there. You know, I don't think you want to create a game where only a subset of strategies are viable. And you want to try and make as many of the different strategy combinations as viable as possible. So we're on our first Guardian night. which our last runs have ended on this night, which is always fun. We're getting it from a good side. If we were going to take it from anywhere, I like this side, although it's a little bit of a shame that we lost our catapult over here. But let's see what we're picking up here. I like a good sledgehammer. Wow. +3 fake ape with 48% experience is pretty sick also. But I think it's the sledgehammer. Is it though? Hold on. Please hold. So the sledgehammer would go on you, which would be replacing the spear. The spear is doing work for us. Well, so the cape is insane, but the problem with the cape, like I was saying before, is 40% experience doesn't even always net you 1 extra level at endgame. So that's I mean, the accuracy is nice too. This sledgehammer just does so much more damage. Hold on. Is it you who... Like, look at the damage on the sledgehammer. Is it the dagger we give up? The +1 dagger with move, crit, and poison damage? I like the dagger. So that's the problem, Lo. I don't know. It's really hard to know because your experience scales off how many things you kill. So it's very difficult to know. So this particular day, we're gonna push that back. We get more money for using the mine twice here, so we'll do that. No, I'm not poison build on the daggers. Our dagger wielder had a weird combination. They had defensive and they had poison, but I'm not building poison. That sledgehammer is insane. And sledgehammers with skill range, it's so good. I think we're probably I'm so torn. We have 2 more people. So let's get this torn up. But I think it is also time for us to invest in the inn. I don't think we can wait any longer. So let's get that going. And then I think we need some more workers, but I got to make this decision. I do use the shop, but you do have to upgrade it or it falls off pretty quickly low. So you have to kind of make a decision to do it. Yeah, I mean, the spear in its current form just gives us so much, like, mass clear, right? We can just, like, destroy a wall of things. So I think it's going to be fake cape. It's so hard to take that over that because it's like it's a +3 hammer. That's a big deal. And then I guess we should at least look in the inn and realize that we can't afford Stanislaus. Was Stanislaus awesome? Pickpocket's nice. Athletic is good. Mystic is good. Yeah, Stanislaus with assassination was actually pretty money. But no way we're getting to 168. I mean, its hammer is better for single target, and then the stun is also quite nice. But I think what we're going to end up, we're probably going to end up doing is something like this. And then we're going to see if we have to take these out, see how much Durand can do. Who are we even giving the cape to? We had someone who was an aristocrat. Let's go for it. I mean, you need damage. Damage gets you through the night. Experience sometimes gets you through the game. That's the... I think I'll put it there. Okay, let's do our level ups. Physical damage for you. We already fixed our accuracy problem, right? We're sitting at 18 accuracy. That's good enough for me. 20 reliability, I think, is good. Now, always hard not to pick human ballista. Always. But what about specialist? And just going for non-stop triple swipes. Is that insane? I don't know. That might actually be pretty bomb. I like Blink a lot too. Yep, 40% was the winner, but that may have been a misplay. I think I'm going to go specialist here. I think it just gives us so much killing power. You get an upgrade. I do like the dagger plus, but I think we need more oomph. Like we need that extra bit of damage. We pick up the range damage. We pick up, I think I'm going to roll that once. The mana regen is feeling okay. That's some accuracy right there. Holy cow. And now we pick up versatile. Because we have none of the propagation perks on them, which hurts. Our magic damage base is getting really nice over here. I wish I had anything that helped this character out. I don't even know what I'm building on Jacob here. Yes, it is sometimes available in the magic tree. It is one of the 2 tier 5s. We got sheer power on everyone, so no mana collector for us. Resupply, I don't think that is that interesting. Yeah, definitely. Crits on propagation helps, but not as much as crit bounces and more multi-hits. Those are better, and we have neither of those on our character. So that's going to be a little rough. I think we go longer weapons here. We're going to need to be able to hit some things far away, I feel like, to make this work. All right, this is going to be an interesting round. We have 77 gold still, which may just be a shop upgrade, because I don't think we're finding much in here. Some Frost Mage pants with an action point on them. That's a hard to not buy. And then all right, always nice to buy a few things. I don't think these things are going to be super impactful, but this coming with 6% range damage is pretty good. This coming with an extra action point is good. And then Durand currently, yeah, Durand wants the crit. All right, we could use more trinkets too, I will say. Fourth tune next time around. I bought the inn, but we couldn't afford a leveled character, so we have the inn now. We would have bought Stanislaus if we had had the money, but this is another thing about the inn. When you add characters, it really hurts that they only give you one max level character sometimes. That's really a challenge from my perspective. So we get that one back, and then maybe just to protect it, like, we'll do that. Adorable. There we go. Now it's fully protected. Maybe I'll put a barricade on the other side. Boop. There we go. But this is gonna be a rough round for us. Don't you doubt it. But maybe we got it. We got some good things going on. We've certainly pushed back the mist a bit. And it's only from the one side. Yeah. Okay. Oh, traps. I have certainly done runs and used traps. They are they don't work the way I want them to work. I've done like a run. There's somewhere on YouTube there's a run where I just made a complete ring 5 wide of traps all the way around and beat the old Apocalypse, Max Apocalypse, but it just felt bad. So I don't know. Traps don't. Very rarely can you predict where mobs are going to stop, and traps help that much with them. But maybe there's a way to make it work. You know, like if traps always triggered when enemies went over them, I think it could be a different thing.